Welcome to Therapist Starter Pack, a podcast for those who are getting started in the field of mental health therapy. I'm Autumn, and I'll be your host today. Today we'll be discussing the Therapeutic Alliance, its importance, components, and how to build it. Stay tuned. Theodore Roosevelt said, "People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care." The intuition behind a therapeutic alliance is obvious when you're the one in therapy. How do I trust the stranger with my secrets, insecurities, fears, vulnerability, and hopes? How do I know they can help me? How do I know they will take me seriously? And how do I feel safe enough with this person to do difficult and scary things? As one of my supervisors once said, with trauma, it's just a win to help someone practice feeling safe for 1 hour a week. And this intuition is supported by neuroscience. Stratford et al. Defines the Therapeutic Alliance as a deep empathic state emanating from the limbic part of the brain, which allows us to be aware of the emotional state of others. Now, remember, the limbic system is in charge of, among other things, recording and accessing emotional memory, learning, flight and fight avoidant responses, storing emotional experiences in the unconscious, and creating implicit or unconscious memory that is, as they put it, not under cortical control. Through the Therapeutic Alliance, therapists access this implicit memory, which helps clients to access and regulate their emotions and ultimately revise their lives. And there's plenty of evidence of this. Campbell et al. Showed that stronger therapeutic alliance and higher therapist competence were associated with better treatment retention. And Chang et al. Showed that maintaining a favorable therapeutic alliance is associated with medication adherence in schizophrenia. But here's the thing. Positive outcomes aren't just a happy side effect of the therapeutic alliance. Irvin Yalom described the therapeutic relationship as the real agent of change. He said, quote, "Psychotherapy is a cyclical process from isolation into relationship," end quote. What he means by that is that in the frame of existential therapy, we start from a place of the client fearing existential isolation. This drives them to relate deeply and meaningfully to the therapist, which then strengthens their resolve to be able to confront existential isolation and go back out into the world, and this continues in a process. This is all to say that the therapeutic relationship facilitates all the other processes of therapy, and that's why it's so important. So what makes for a strong therapeutic alliance? Well, Flukiger et al. Actually defined two types of alliances. The type 1 includes the client's belief in the therapist to help through a warm, supporting, and caring relationship. Then, there's a type 2 alliance, which involves the client's investment and faith in the therapeutic process itself, as well as sharing ownership for the therapy process. DeAngelis identified even more specifics about a strong therapeutic alliance, such as fostering mutuality and collaboration, being flexible and responsive, using feedback, repairing ruptures, handling the clinician's negative emotions, and promoting effective endings. But let's condense this a little bit. Myers says that there are 3 dimensions to a strong therapeutic alliance. 1 is goal consensus between counselor and client. 2 is collaboration on counseling-related tasks, and 3 is emotional bonding. In the piece by Myers, John Summers Flanagan said, "The best ways to form and strengthen the alliance are specific counselor behaviors that contribute to these 3 alliance dimensions. Focusing on these dimensions helps grow the therapeutic relationship." So now we have the what and the why, but how do we build a therapeutic alliance? Well, Luborsky said the therapist's challenge in building the alliance is to recognize, legitimize, and work through these potential pitfalls and engage the client in a joint exploration of obstacles without losing track of the collaboratively identified therapy goals. The site Art Therapy Resources provides a lot of different suggestions, including do not look to blame or judge your client, help your client develop the skills for insight and facilitate change from within, Provide an environment that accepts their emotional experience. Provide feedback that is informative for their development. Foster the development of self-esteem for personal growth. Acknowledge your client's growth. Educate your client on developing key skills for conflict and communication. Show empathy towards your client. Provide realistic expectations about your involvement in the therapeutic process, and collaborate with your client on their treatment goals. We get even more ideas from Brew in the video Building the Therapeutic Alliance. These include: try to understand how the client sees the world. Check in regularly, like every 4 to 6 weeks, on how well the relationship is going. Maintain the self as an instrument of therapy. Use warmth, unconditional positive regard, empathic statements, and be authentically yourself. Ask, what do you think your and my roles are? Contextualize the client through cultural frames. Prepare before each session and become present with them, and to mirror their voice, body language, and so forth. If we go back to Myers, we can talk about letting the client determine what is most important. Lauren Ostrowski advises sometimes what seems small to a counselor may be the most crucial element of what is happening in a client's life right now. In that same article, Clayton Martin said that there is always something, however small, that he can connect to on some level with every client, and that's what motivates him to keep coming back. And this is especially important when working with younger people. Clayton Martin says, adolescents know when they are being lied to. Insincerity is blood in the water to the youth client. They know when someone is being genuine, and they know when someone is not being genuine. Anyone who's ever worked with kids and youth understand this on a deep personal level, but it's true with everyone. People can tell when you're genuinely interested in them and when you're being sincere. And it falls on us to be there, fully present, and be able to be there for the client as a whole person. I would argue that the greatest kept secret in therapy is that we don't sell the application of modalities or theory. What we have to offer is a relationship. Okay, so to wrap up, Therapeutic Alliance improves the quality of care we are able to provide for clients. I came up with a little acronym. I'm hoping it will be useful to you, and it is the word SWEAR. SWEAR. The S stands for stay genuine. The W stands for work together. E is empathetically respond. A is accept and ask for feedback. And R is repair ruptures. Stay genuine, work together, empathetically respond, accept and ask for feedback, repair ruptures. Remember these things and they'll go a long way towards establishing meaningful connections with clients. I wish you the best of luck in connecting with people. This is one of the best parts of the job and also one of the hardest. Okay, and that's all the time we have today. All sources will be in the show notes and at our website, therapiststarterpack.net. You can also find links there to subscribe to this show and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, which would be a huge help to this show. Until next time, remember, everybody starts somewhere.